Two individuals, viewers, two individuals, and we have pictures of them also, not just these photographs. We have them partying away, and I hope that the producers have brought out those visuals, because I want you to see these people, viewers, in their ecosystem, their swagger, their sense of entitlement. And I've been asking for these pictures, and I hope we have those pictures. Well, we don't, viewers, sorry. Our producers did not go out and bring out those pictures. Hopefully we will have them in just a few moments. You see, these two individuals, viewers, they have blood of 25 individuals on their hands. The Luthra brothers should be in jail. But as it happens so often in India, if you're rich and you have influence, you're often beyond the reach of the law. And in the case of the entitled Luthras, this is literally true. These cowardly brothers are in Thailand, far from the reach of Indian law enforcement, cocking a snook at justice and mocking the pain and suffering of the victims of their criminal conduct. Viewers, at 12:07 a.m., December 7, there is a fire at the nightclub that they own. 25 people are killed. Around 2:30 a.m., December 7th, the Luthra brothers reached Delhi airport. That was the same night, viewers, where 0 IndiGo flights were flying almost domestically. At 5:30 a.m. on December 7th, the Luthras take an IndiGo flight, 6E1073 flight, and they go to Thailand. The brothers reach Thailand. Saurabh Luthra posts an Insta message on the fire tragedy from there, saying, "I'm so sorry. We express deep regret. We are very, very truly sorry." Viewers, sitting in Thailand, they didn't even want to submit themselves to the law. They had to escape, of course, because as the facts tell us, they are culpable without doubt. They are running a nightclub that was a death trap, focused only on profit at any cost, viewers. It was operated without a fire, no objection certificate or permits. There was a single narrow exit, caused a deadly bottleneck. Flammable ceiling decor, fueled rapid fire, spread to the basement, kitchen, trap, tourists, staff clubs, remote location, delayed firefighters. It's all there, viewers. And the visuals themselves speak. You can see how the fire is raging, and right there, viewers, there is a dance happening. A lady is dancing and she's looking over her shoulder. She's seeing this fire. She doesn't know what to do. The fire has been lit because, viewers, brazen disregard for safety measures. People are lighting firecrackers inside a flammable structure. The tragedy is that they were allowed to escape, these two brothers, viewers, despite having made a mockery of every law and convention. A lookout notice was shockingly issued after the brothers fled to Thailand. Worse, even 12 hours after their escape, the cops had no clue, laughably showing up at their residence, inquiring about their whereabouts. And now, as is the norm in India, the law is waking up after the event. Exposed for their ineptitude, a blue corner notice has been issued. Nothing has been learned from the Lalit Modi, Malia, Nirav Modi, Sandesara case. All of them fled, never to be seen again. The notice isn't going to change much. It takes 45 to about 60 days time for a country to submit requests, 90 days time for Interpol to process the request, 60 days detention limit unless sufficient cause is established. Yes, viewers, all of this is the massive timeline, and this timeline is going to ensure that this matter remains hanging and we are not going to see any closure. The delay means that the evidence can be manipulated, the witnesses can be influenced, the brothers can even get time to acquire a new identity and perhaps even slip into another country, undetected perhaps, viewers. It's a massive botch-up and a screaming indictment of the BJP government, both at the state level and the centre. The question is, could they have escaped had they not had some help on the inside? Let's put that question out tonight, viewers, for a bit of discussion. Who is culpable here, really? Yes, these two individuals are, their 4 accomplices are, But who is really culpable for this state of affairs? Let's open it up. Let's go straight across to our guests. Suhail Seth, it's a straightforward question. Could these entitled cowards, sorry to use this word, but there is no other in my lexicon, could these entitled cowards have escaped had they not had some help on the inside?
Under ordinary circumstances, yes. But just look at the facts of the case. And I totally agree with you. We are on the same page as far as these entitled brats are concerned. When the incident happened, the Goa police did what they had to do in terms of, because it's an interstate thing. These jokers live in Delhi. They came to Delhi and they put this notice, which was then sent to Interpol through CBI, which is the blue corner notice. So technically, they had done what they had to do. But there's a serious issue here because I live between Goa and Delhi. Abhijit knows, most people know. In Goa, the tyranny of the Sarpanch and the nexus between the Sarpanch and the local MLA is so extreme that you actually have a good chief minister in Pramod Sawant. You have a very good Director General of Police after a long time in Alok Kumar. They can't do diddly squat because Okay, now let me give you an interesting tidbit. Flash it on your channel. Goa is the only state in the Union of India where the police has no role to play in licensing of bars, nightclubs and restaurants. It is a deal done directly between the Sarpanch, the MLA and the owners of the bars and restaurants. Now you tell me, where the hell will policing be? If the Goa police does not know Rahul Shivshankar owns this bar or has all the permissions, the Goa police cannot even enter your premises. And now what some of these scoundrel MLAs from all parties are doing is, they say that, oh, if the police comes to a particular bar or a restaurant, you all are threatening tourism and tourism khatre mein hai. The reality is as follows. Because of previous governments, and I'm no BJP supporter, Congress supporter, this is a mess that has been created for over 40 years now. This is the same mess that does not allow for an Uber to be in Goa. Goa Miles is held captive to the taxi mafia and the taxi unions that's what's killing tourism. Today, Rahul, I will say this openly on your channel. Let whoever joker wants to challenge me. I will say 80% of the restaurants in Goa are nothing but money laundering devices. I mean, what are owned by the non-Goans. Because what is happening is, today, if you take a village like Asagaon at one time had 47 restaurants in an area of 2 kilometers. How the hell does it work? You don't need any licenses. The licenses it's a deal done between the Sarpanch and the owner of the bar. B, in Asagaon, I had told Abhijit once, they were planning a humongous nightclub on a village road with residents. And I took it up with the Sarpanch. The Sarpanch stopped it. But guess what? Who owned that nightclub? Two politicians from Indore. You could do nothing until you threaten them with media expose and all of that kind of stuff. So here's what I feel should happen. Number one, Pramod Sawant tomorrow should address the country or whoever else and say that we are revising the following. Number one, all wine stores to shut as per the rules by 10 o'clock. Number two, you cannot have bars and nightclubs and restaurants open ad nauseum. Number three, the police must play a role in the licensing of these bars and nightclubs or whatever. Otherwise, who knows what's actually going on? And who do you arrest? You arrest the low-hanging fruit. The Luthras have gone. They'll never come back. And even if they come back, they'll find some way of alleviating their pain. And number four, you must have strict local policing. The local policing qua nightclubs and bars is totally empty.
This is
That's
serious,
the problem.
Serious problems, viewers. And the BJP prides itself in having zero tolerance for corruption. So, Mr. Malik, what's going on? Why is an exception being made here? You've been in power now for a long time in Goa.
The point has to be understood, Rahul, that all legal provisos that were present in the state.
Mr. Malik, I'm not asking you about the specifics of this particular matter. We already know that there were no NOCs that were taken, that permissions had lapsed, the Sarpanch, and there is talk of the police.
Rahul,
One second.
Rahul.
1 second, Mr. Malik. That there was talk of also the police looking the other way. There were some issues here. I'm not going into them because I don't have the facts and I never ever presage the facts. So when I have them, I will confront the facts and I will bring them to the table and you will have to respond to them. But today, Mr. Malik, I'm asking you a very simple question. Mr. Suhail Seth has pointed to 4 laxities, 4 problems.
Correct.
Right? You've been in power for a while. It's not as if you don't know what is happening in your own state. The Chief Minister, if Mr. Suhail Seth can know, spending time between Goa and Delhi, I'm sure it's an open secret. Why haven't you fixed this issue? You are the ones who say, na khayenge, na khane denge.
Please understand a couple of things. One, when we are talking about this case, we must understand what these brothers have been up to since a long time. They've been laundering money in terms to that they have multiple investments of multiple people in every different project. Every
Mr. Malik,
project
if
has
you know all of
multiple
this, if
entities.
it's so well known, what were they doing taking the lives of 25,
Please,
30,
Rahul,
100 people in their hands?
Let me say
with
something
impunity.
at least. If you are only going to say, then I think we are over here for nothing. So let me at least finish what you have asked me. At least let me answer that. I do agree that there have been laxities, and those are not at the top level. It is on the bottommost shelf, which needs to be addressed ASAP, not just for this, but for every state, not just for Goa, but for across the nation. The blue collar notice has been given in a good time, but yes, they flew beforehand. Whether their institutions in Delhi were there or the other ones, you must understand their modus operandi, and their modus operandi is that they have a limited number of shares with themselves. The rest is investor, multiple projects. They have about 50 odd projects which were running. That is very clearly on their site also. Now, coming to this issue of operating without license and things like that. If you remember, in the Corona times also, they were running and operating something in GK2 and they were doing it without license. So the point
what are
is,
you trying
the
to say?
laxity at the junior level officers cannot be blamed onto. This is an executive fault. This is not the political legislative fault.
Sir, are you on some substance tonight? I'm sorry,
What
I'm
the
asking
hell
you
do
a
you
very
mean?
blunt. I'm asking a very blunt question. Who is in charge of running that state? We elect our representatives to have a handle on what is going on.
Rahul
If you can sit in
Srishankar,
Delhi, one
let me
second,
tell
Mr.
you one
Malik.
thing.
One
You may
second.
be
Now, hang
taking
on, hang on, hang
substance.
on.
I do
One
not
second,
take
Mr.
substance.
Malik. You are sitting in Delhi. You are giving me
No,
a whole. One second,
if you
please.
comment like that,
Listen to
it's a
me.
loose comment
You are
on your
sitting
part.
there. You are
It's a
sitting
loose
there
comment on
and
your
playing
part that
a
somebody is
political.
taking a substance
You are
or what?
sitting there and playing a
Rahul
political
Srishankar
hand.
may be
One
taking
second, Mr.
substance,
Malik.
Raman
Stop
Malik
shouting.
is not.
Stop shouting. You are sitting
No,
there
no, you
and giving
stop
clean
saying
chits.
that.
You are giving
apologize
clean
for the
chits
thing.
to people. You're giving clean chits to people.
No, I am
25
not
people
giving
have died.
to anybody.
Have
But
some
you
shame.
saying that Raman Malik
Have
is
some
on the
shame.
substance
You are giving me
is
this. One
also
second,
hurting our
Mr.
religious
Malik.
sentiment.
I'll lower your fader. Don't shout. First, control yourself. Okay, now I'm asking you a question. You know all of this. You know that these people are supposed to be, as you yourself have said, money laundering fronts. Who is supposed to?
You have hurt my religious sentiments by saying that I'm on some
Oh, please,
substance.
stop pulling these
No,
victimhood
did
ones.
that.
Nothing
Please stop that,
religious,
Mr.
yeah.
Malik. I'm
Shiva
asking you a
used to
question.
have substance.
I'm
It's
asking you a
Neither
question.
do I drink,
I'm asking
nor
you
do
a
I
question.
take any substances.
Mr.
So
fine.
don't say that to me.
Fine, okay, fine. One understands. I'm asking you a question though, Mr. Malik, and let me ask you this question. You are giving me a whole background of this individual, or these individuals, saying they're mixed with that, they're doing this, they're doing that, and so on and so forth. But Mr. Malik, I want to ask you a question then. What is the government doing? If there are openly people who are money launderers running operations, what is your government doing?
Rahul, again, very humbly, I'm telling you that there is a difference between the executive and the judiciary and the legislative. We must not forget that these are basic, simple civic classes that we get. But yes, I do support your call that the government in every state must be visualizing what is happening at the bottommost level.
Okay,
And
Mr.
if they're
Mitra.
ignoring it, there are
Who does law and
problems
order
those
come-
problems
Oh,
One
cannot be
second.
ignored.
Rahul made a point. Rahul has made a valid point. Raman, if it is the government and Pramod Sawant has been in power, now it's second term, my view is let bygones be bygones, but now the government needs to crack the whip and say to
Correct.
hell with these errant MLAs
All.
and these
Not to
rascal
promote
sarpanches,
Sawant.
many of them.
I don't
and
think
clean
that's
the
going to happen.
stables.
I speak
Not
my
to
mind, Mr.
promote
Iyer.
Mr.
I
Pramod
think
Sawant,
there are.
but
One second, let
across
me bring in Mr.
India,
Iyer.
all
Let me
chief
bring
ministers must take a note
listen.
of this.
Hang on. We are talking about Goa tonight. Thank you, sir, for your concern for the rest of the country. When you are Prime Minister, you can look after the rest of the country.
I don't
Just
want
give
to
us
be. Thank
15
you.
minutes. One second, Mr. Iyer, I just want to bring you in on this. I have a feeling that there's more to this. These people could not be operating with such impunity when everyone knows their
Correct.
history and their background without somebody
Rahul,
keeping
you
them.
have to- the scale of the impunity in Goa is what is mind-boggling. You
Yeah.
come from the airport to Panjim, to the post office area. You see there is an island at the mouth of the river which is completely deforested. It was protected forest. A building conglomerate bought it, cut down the entire protected forest to build buildings out there till the Green Tribunal stopped it. And right now they are bribing people left, right, and center to get their permissions back.
Yes.
Now, and this is in your face. Nobody in Goa can miss it because it's that huge bridge across the river. You see it. It's an ugly sore which every Goan can see in Panjim. Now, this is the letter. This is what the Sarpanch, the current Sarpanch, signed off giving permission to this Arpora club in Arpora. Now, I completely appreciate the fact that these guys, their passports have apparently been cancelled by the MEA and they're putting out Interpol notices and things like that. Why has the Sarpanch not been arrested? Here is the fellow who signed off on all the permissions. And let me tell you this, Rahul, these Sarpanches out there, they are the worst kind of people. They're extortionists who come. Any building project, any new restaurant, anything that has to happen out there is cartelized. They come, they extort money. You know, fishermen, it is the one state where fishermen can't sell their produce. The fishermen have to go fish. They have to put it up in a collective market, give hafta vasuli to the political sarpanches out there and sell it only at the common market.
And of course, Mr. Malik will say that, look, let the executive do what it wants to do. The executive is put in power. It rules the state to actually prevent all of this nonsense. Yes.
No, you have at least now you have a
Rahul,
good chief
that's probably
secretary and a
the
good
lessons
police
that we
head.
and you learned in the school.
Well,
were
let's
wrong.
hope. One second, Mr. Som, I want to ask you a question. And this is a fundamental question. Could this have been possible? This impunity, this level of insulation from scrutiny, could this be possible without any higher ups supporting these individuals?
Rahul, to be very candid, I think it's a dirty money dancing on 25 dead bodies. This is a clear case of collusion of politicos, babus, and these club owners. But, you know, having said so, Rahul, there is a clear distinction of strict and vicarious liability insofar as invoking the criminal liability is concerned. Now, we have learned that these two brothers were in Delhi when the fire incident happened. I am not saying that they should not be charged. My point is that if you are imputing vicarious liability on these two brothers, then don't spare the concerned district magistrate, the concerned sarpanch, the concerned MLA.
Very good,
And
very good.
even going, I'll go to the extent of saying that the current head of the state of the government and also MOEF in Environment and Forest, what I've learned is that many licenses are to be given by the central government environment ministry. This we all know on the panel, Rahul, that nothing can operate without the blessing of all these people who acted in collusion. So insofar as criminal action is concerned, because I believe that the part of negligence and also the knowledge that such kind of incident can happen was not solely can be lied on these two brothers. Of course, they were negligent. Of course, they had knowledge. But so these all people, starting from the sarpanch of the panchayat, we all know in Goa, nothing, even a leaf cannot be turned without the blessings of the sarpanch of the panchayat. And the state government cannot behave like a lame duck that they were not aware what has happened. Of course, the police has taken a timely act.
So are you saying that the low-hanging fruit have all been rounded up, 4 or 5 accomplices, but these two individuals are of course gone. They've flown the coop. And no one else is going to be touched because there is obviously some amount of... is that what it is? So he'll say it.
So what I've seen on X is that there's a third partner, some bloke. 1 minute, yeah. 1 minute. I've been asked the
even
question.
if you are imposing
I've
on the
been asked the
Luthra
question,
brothers,
yeah.
Mr. Seth
other
was asked
people
the
should
question.
also, an
I
example
was
should be
asked the
said.
question.
Mr. Som, one
that
second,
how-
let him
that
answer.
Is your
how
name
can-
Seth? You're Som. I'm Seth. Let me
I'm
finish.
sorry.
He asked me the question. So here's what I've heard on X.
All right.
That there are 3 partners. There's a guy called Ajay Gupta. Someone on X has said, Pawan Khera actually, has said, can someone clarify if there is a union minister shielding Ajay Gupta? I don't know who Ajay Gupta is. I don't know what union minister. I'm just quoting what Pawan Khera said. A. B. The point here is, this is a wake-up lesson to demolish the tyranny of the nexus between the Sarpanch, the local panchayat, and the local MLA. Now, I don't want to mention name because all of us will get sued. There is a guy with an initials of M and L who's an MLA, who's a known crook. He's a known scoundrel. Everyone knows he makes money. Yes. These are people, Rahul, they will make, the wealthiest people in our country look like poor people. Now, people are saying that this chap is involved. And now, if the Goa Police, which, by the way, is one of the finest police forces, if they take action, you know what the MLA tells them? Arey, why did you send someone to the bar? Why are you rounding up people who are misbehaving? Because it will affect tourism. Arey, what will you do about law and order and safety? So the Goa Police is caught between a rock and a hard place themselves. Pramod Sawant, who wants to do things, can't because of the tyranny of the panchayat.
Well, viewers, there's BJP at the center now and there's BJP at the state level. They've always said double engine works wonders. Well, viewers, here is their chance to tell us that it actually does work wonders, clean up this state so that 25 people never meet this fate again. And these 2 individuals, of course, are made an example of. We leave it at this, the Vantage with Palki Sharma.